Hey folks, Quill18 here, back with another episode of Let's Play SimCity. Things are going awesome, and we are currently working our way up to TV time. I did just plop down because I realized, or I just noticed, that the processor storage lots were available here over at the freight shipping warehouse. So I put it in there. I did put it to just save it for local purposes, right? Just to stock that up as well, but this should be a great way to dump them extraordinarily quickly once we get to the phase where we actually want to release them on a global market to hit our goal of 1.5 million daily electronics profit. So that is still working its way up. I can't, because I can't build any of these, right? No, but I could put down a sign. God. Well, it's a neat sign that it's curved. I actually don't like the red at all. Doesn't look very high-tech-y. That's fine-ish. I don't know. They need a new graphic designer at this electronics company. I don't suppose these could upgrade or anything, huh? Can't find a place to shop nearby. Not educated. Do we really not have a... No, we really don't. I think right here would be an excellent place to drop some commercials. They have an injury there. Oh, okay, just get rid of their house then. That's what you get for being injured in my city. We kick you out. Well, you know, it keeps the complaints down. At least the complaints I can hear. Bit of a bottleneck there, but I think we're okay. So I still haven't put away the idea of rebuilding the area, especially these areas, right? Because these are the areas I laid down first early on with the idea that, well, we can always fix them. And yeah, things kind of linger and you don't, necessarily get back to fixing them right away. But I would still like to do something, especially since this is the entrance to my town. I mean, I don't want this to just be a long straightaway because then you're just pushing the traffic problem further back into the city. But I don't know. I would like it to look a little nicer. This little side route still seems to be exceptionally functional. This works really well. What are you... Oh, let's sure upgrade our mansion, technically speaking. It doesn't really do anything, but I don't think. More arsonists coming in. That sucks. Provide more housing. Well, sort of happening. The city's growing anyway. They're shopping right across the street now. Although, oh, can you even walk across the street? Is that even an option? I wonder. That might be too far. Oh, no, it looks like these guys here are crossing the street. Is this like a little U-turny kind of place? I don't know. Shuttle bus. I still want to build an airport at some point, but I guess we can't make it a priority. Why are you... Why do we have backed up pipes? Why is it not flowing out to the region properly? You know, we really can't count on this region stuff. UK character. Oh, well, that's a cool achievement. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and... Why can't I edit this? Oh, I was in edit mode. Derp. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Make sure we're treating all our sewage properly, and we'll go ahead and add a local water supply as well. Just a reminder, the sewage treatment plant is pumping all the... It's cleaning the sewage and then pumping it down into the ground. Oh, not enough simoleons. Right! We need money for things! I forgot. Okay, how many stored processors do we have? Let's pause real quick and take a look. 4,000. So we're at 10,000, 12,000, nothing effectively. I don't think we can unleash the CPUs yet, because what did I calculate that we needed? Let me open that up. We need to have 22,000 stored up, or we have to sell 22,000 CPUs in one day to meet our goal. We're going to produce about 4,800, so no, I really need more stored up, so we're not there yet. Sewage should be pumping just fine now. Well, this really could use more. So when we get some more money, we'll add some more there. When the region works, we are pumping some out to the region, which is good, but we'll still go ahead and improve that locally when we get a moment. Yeah, still lots of demand for various zonings, but overall we're doing okay. Can these people shop at all? Yes. They seem to be happy with that. Not so much there. These guys should be getting... I was going to say lots of shoppers, but no shoppers. I don't know, it might be a... Well, all these guys should have jobs. Could be a wealth thing? What are these guys? Medium wealth? There's lots of medium wealth around. Well, that's a high wealth, but... Oh, so is that. That is medium. Low. I don't know. Hopefully they'll sort themselves out in the next day. Let's see. We lost a little bit of population, shuffling things around, but I think overall our trend is upwards. Yeah, generally speaking, the trend line is up. So this is going to be the next big place where all the CPUs show up. I guess we should put a sign down, right? Boom. Trade, Import, Export Co. That's like the most generic name ever. It sounds like the sort of thing the Mafia would use, right? We're an import-export company. That and what? Oh, and the garbage, right? The garbage dump. Maybe I just watched too many Sopranos episodes. Is this all green and sludgy? Yeah. You know, just to tide us over while we wait for the big processor sell-off, when we try to corner the market on CPUs, we're going to go ahead and build that. Really, we have like no room to build anything else. And this thing, I believe, needs a little bit more as well. Huh. What's it overlapping with? Oh, the shuttle bus depot. I suppose I could go back to building some random water towers in a few different places, just take advantage of any water that might be sitting around. Oh, we've even still got one there. Now we can squeeze one in right here. Just to ensure that stays nicely up. Can we really do this? Man, the approval rating must really be staying really, really high. Alright. Okay, this midnight, for sure, we were dropping that. I'm not sure if this this total... I think it's just literally the last 24 hours. I don't think it actually has to happen at midnight, but just on the off chance that it does, I'm going to wait until right around then. Right around for it to be a new day before I open the floodgates. And then we're going to be rich. Because, I mean, literally, we're going to turn like 1.5 million in profit in a single day, and we're going to have tons of money to spend everything. And then we're going to be producing TVs at that point, and we're really making a huge killing. Business is great. That's great. Upgrade roads. Oh, okay. Yes, I would love to do that. Now, you know what? We're going to go ahead. We're going to avoid the fancy tricks with roads up until it's a problem. We'll go ahead and stick those to high densities without doing the tricks at the end. And just to see how it goes. I guess we... let's go ahead and do it there as well. What the hell, right? We have most of that converted over. We'll leave that there. I suppose if we've done one side, we can do the other. There's not much traffic in and outflow over here, so it's not quite as bothersome to have the high density. These guys can't find places to shop. That's okay. Actually, we should give them a little park over here. First of all, they live in a sucky part of town, so they deserve a park. And secondly, that will give them the equivalent of a place to shop. Going to a park is the same as shopping, if there's no shops nearby. I think they prefer shops, because yeah, the parks do two things. They increase land value if you place the fancier parks, but also they count as entertainment. They will go there, they will spend $0, and then come home, and they will say, hey, there's great shopping nearby, but what they mean is they sort of shopped at a park. This park really isn't doing very much for me. I guess it was to supply a certain amount of happiness near these crummy kind of homes, but also keep like the low wealth in place in general. Where's the shopping? Jeremy. Well, soon. Yeah, we're almost full. That's great. And yeah, industry can ship their crate over here and then continuously get it out of town. The only thing better might be is if we stuck an airport like right in this area or something. Or if we had train tracks, but we don't. We don't actually have a train track. Because that would be the other thing we could build. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Just waiting for things to tick over. Not much to do. I don't want to fiddle too much. I mean, partially because I don't have infinite cash right now, and I'm not even turning a higher profit. Just because we have so many buildings, right? Because all the manufacturing, it's all owned by the state in SimCity, apparently. We're like a communist utopia. Okay, these guys, do they keep, like, losing their job? Or losing land value from something? That might be it. Should be getting shopping over here, so... Again, unless it's hard for them to make the round trip. I guess I could stick a little park right over here. For now. If anything else, increasing a little bit of land value is not bad either. Maybe we'll put in this one. Increase some happiness, and then it might technically be closer for them to walk here rather than cross the street. Maybe this is a really bad place for commercial. Provide more housing is done. Great, and we can upgrade this again. Protesting high rent. Not entirely sure what that means. That might just mean a lack of low wealth housing. It's entirely possible. So, some of these were still low wealth, I think, every now and again. I could drop the wealth by getting rid of some parks. There we go. And as long as the happiness keeps going up, these guys should... Yeah, I guess I really don't want to increase the land value over here. Well, we might not be able to help it. We may just not have a whole lot of wealth people. In fact, we may want to keep the city growing to higher and higher wealth. But it's a reasonable concern, right? Like, some people, it seems like the idea of like, oh, I'll increase every building in my city to high wealth, and that's a good thing, right? But imagine a real city that worked that way. You don't want that. You need a variety of land values, because otherwise people can't move into your city. Because they can't afford it, right? Oh, sure, the lawyers and doctors will be fine, but what about people who are, you know, what about your restaurant servers and different people like that? They're not going to be able to afford $10,000 a month rent in some fancy schmancy loft. You need a wide range of housing. You need affordable housing. So I'm trying to control it here, but maybe it doesn't apply to SimCity. Maybe I'm applying too much real world planning, but well, that's not true, because you need the you know, you need the low wealth workforce to fill the low wealth jobs. And there's a lot of low wealth jobs, so really I could cram this full of high density low wealth places. God, see, that's what I get for building too many parks. I gotta stop doing that. Gotta keep my place a polluted hellscape. There we go. See, speaking of low wealth, maybe these guys will keep producing that kind of housing as long as they've got their park there to satisfy them. But with all the pollution around, they're never going to go up in land value. Thank God. They'll all develop cancer, but you know that could never be a bad thing. I don't know. I'll build more hospitals. That's what I'll do. What do you want? You want a tourist attraction? You know, we'll keep that in mind. And we are probably just about full, aren't we? Yeah, well, we've definitely got enough for our goal. So again, as soon as we get near midnight, just in case the midnight thing is a thing, we will flip all the export switches on and then hopefully make the money. I love seeing the cities in the background. I can only hope that my city is as attractive from their point of view. And actually, from their point of view, they're seeing the sort of really nice round. Like, it's kind of crappy when you're looking at it from this angle with all the industry, but maybe I should just keep my view around this way the whole time, because it's a little more interesting. Although then you see the oil fields. It'll actually be nice once we run out of oil, and then we can just start doing the import-export thing. I mean, the profits won't be quite the same, but that's okay. Oh, you're out of money. Oh, no. Oh, we've got all these homeless people. Jeez. Oh, well. They can live in the parks. All these nice parks I'm putting down, they can just live there. It's fine. What could possibly go wrong? You know, it's not like they're going to turn to a life of crime or anything. Do these park and rides ever get full? Should I build more? Average wait time is not bad at all. It is pretty late at night to still have sort of traffic jams going on here, though. That's not a great sign. These are people coming into the city. Oh, they're coming home. They're commuting somewhere else to work. That's weird, because we actually have all these unfilled jobs here. It doesn't make any sense. Whatever. Not everyone works in the city that they live in, right? You're always going to have some commuters in real life. This should be a corner, but again, the traffic here is not a problem. Alright, we're about ready to flip the switch. And we've got lots of CPUs to sell. It should go awesome. No recyclables, really. Upgrade the city hall, which is nice. Check this view out. Oh, right, there's no actual trucks that run during the night. Well, population continues to grow, and more population means more recyclables, so hopefully we'll keep feeding people in that way. I think we are still importing the occasional alloy. Indeed, we are. We're finally out of crude oil here, which is great. So I can get rid of this. Oh, I don't know. There's probably a bunch of comments on the last video about the fuel stuff, but because for a while I didn't actually have a place to send my fuel, but now I do. I built one somewhere. Here? I don't remember. Here? Fuel. There we go. And it is after midnight, so let's export. And export. Export. I mean, what's funny is that soon we're not going to want to export this stuff at all. We're going to want to keep it in so that we can turn in TVs, although maybe not all of them. Well, probably all we can produce, actually. Not everything we have banked, but all we have produced. So, do we ever see ships come? Oh, there's one that's just left. So we should see the money kick up pretty suddenly once it kicks in here. Garbage is not fully being collected. The recycling is not quite either. I suppose we could build maybe one more pickup. Recycling collection. I don't know, we'll build two. The thing is, it doesn't really, like, there's a limit to how effective they are, because they end up bunching up, right, and just becoming a victim of traffic. Okay, and one more garbage truck, and that's all. Why are people stopping here? And why are people in the left lane here? Oh, they're doing U-turns, because they're going to this industry. Alright. Yeah, that's the whole thing where everyone goes to the sort of closest thing, and then when they get there, they find out that it's full, and they go to the next closest thing, and so on and so forth. It doesn't work exactly like that, but effectively that's what you tend to see quite a bit. Because people don't know exactly where they're going to go until they get there. They sort of lock onto a path, in a sense, which is why you see some of the traffic problems that you do have. But they don't really have a true final destination. It's just the graph doesn't update quickly enough, or something to that effect. The pathfinding is still a bit of a black box in here, unfortunately. Oh, really? Stop setting your houses on fire. How is our fire situation? It's actually pretty good in general. Okay, no problem there. There we go. We were making some sales, so we should be able to crush that pretty soon. Still have full processors here. Did I remember to start the export? Yes. And here? Yes.
Oh, body has.
Okay, mostly gone there. Has a boat come to pick these guys up? Yeah. Come on, get all these crates out of here. I want to be able to make TVs. Yeah, this area does look really crappy. What's our pollution like? Ground pollution is pretty filthy in places. Although not as bad as it could be, because these are, again, higher tech buildings. In fact, some are quite high tech. And I don't see any low tech. I don't see any red anywhere, so that's a good sign. But yeah, how's the air pollution? Yeah, some of these places are still less than awesome. I would like to get them all the way to max tech, and maybe for that I do need the university. We'll wait until we've got a huge pile of money, because it's actually going to need a fair amount of reorganization and reconstruction. So as far as I can tell, the tech doesn't actually matter. So there's some back and forth about how these things work. Cause let's go into the schools here, right? So my college, it says, increases tech level of nearby industrial buildings. Well, I don't think that's how it works at all. I think it mostly comes down to, are the people who go working in these industries educated or not? Because this is clearly not near the college, and yet, boom, we're fine. So it's people who are somehow college educated that are working in these areas. And I mean, proximity is always going to have a certain effect, but not that much. Anyway, it means that when we place down the university, we've got a lot of flexibility about where we want to place it. A large part of me is thinking about blowing up this street here completely, including this high school, plopping the university down in this area, facing this road here, and then getting rid of the college as well. I think that's going to be pretty awesome. There we go. We've made over $1 million today on our electronic sales. The money is pouring in like crazy. And I can't even imagine how much money we're going to have kicking around once we... There we go. Last of the CPUs there. Once we upgrade the TVs. It's going to be amazing. Did that guy say Zug Zug? What are we playing? Warcraft 3 all of a sudden? Man, I really have to make a Let's Play for Warcraft 3. Such a good game. I don't think there's a huge crossover between my SimCity audience and my Warcraft 3 audience, although there's going to be some of it. I guess maybe all the Warcraft 3 people probably like SimCity, but SimCity appeals to so many different people that, I don't know, what other games... You guys who are watching these SimCity videos and subscribe to me because of SimCity, what other games would you like to see me play? What are you into if you haven't been into my channel before? You know, because I do SimCity and I do Warcraft, or I'm thinking about doing Warcraft, but obviously I'm doing some StarCraft videos, but that's a one-shot thing, right? There's a lot of SimCity, there's a lot of the Crusader Kings and Europa Universalis, and I've done some Sims, which actually I enjoy quite a bit. And people are always surprised when I say, oh, I'm going to play some Sims. People are like, oh, no, not Sims, it's stupid. And then you start playing it and you're like, oh my god, Sims is awesome. Well, yeah. I mean, basically The Sims is a modern-day role-playing game. I mean, it's a role-play game where you also get to build your buildings. It's the perfect game. If it didn't have the sort of cutesy kind of marketing around it, the hardcore gamers would be all over this thing. Like, reskin it so it looks like dark and gritty, and all of a sudden it's like the single greatest game for like the hardcore gamer ever. But the fact that, you know, the coloring for it is kind of bright, and, you know, the characters are friendly and talk in the cute Simlish, so many people think, oh, no, it's a silly game for non-gamers. No, dude, that thing is deep and awesome. I mean, the amount of skills you can have, and, I don't know. It's a great game. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you're into. If you're into SimCity and you're new to the channel, because I'm quite curious. Okay, how close are we to the goal? Oh yeah, we will definitely finish that off today. So we've unloaded all our CPUs here. I'm going to have to rearrange how I want my, what I want this sort of storage to be. In fact, right now, since I know that I won't do that, I'm going to get rid of those for now. Because I want to try to encourage all the CPUs to go over here and just export through here. It's just going to save so much effort if this becomes our real, like, well, our actual trade port, right? As opposed to these little depots. The depots. That's it? We just have that? Alright. Okay, we are nearly there. Come on, one more sale. Do we have any, like, sitting around anymore? Not a ton. Still, it's the same day. We're still producing over here. We should be fine. So I'm going to continue this video up until we get to the point where we've unlocked televisions. Alright, which is right here. Well, we have to build the upgrade to the electronics headquarters. We have to upgrade the headquarters, we have to build the add-on, and then we can plop down our TV production. I think that applies to everyone in the region as well, so hopefully it does. I'm not sure, it might just be the city. Actually, what does it say? No, I guess it is local to the current region. Or the current city, which is too bad, actually, because I would like to be able to unlock these at one city and then have them available at another. And it does require profit, right? It's too bad, because if it was just units, because you could just sit here, you could import a bunch of something, right? Like you could import a bunch of oil and then export the same amount of oil to trigger this. And I suppose it would. Yeah, the profit is per day. So if you spend 3 or 4 days just stockpiling tons and tons of oil in a bunch of trade depots, and then on like the 5th day you turn it around, export them all, that should be enough to trigger some of these goals as well. Although I think you do need to pump some of the oil out of the ground to unlock some of these buildings in the first place. That's kind of weird, and I keep trying to find ways around it. So we've almost triggered that as well, which will be really nice. There we go. Come on. Of course, I don't know where this stuff is going to be built. I don't know how big the electronics add-on is. We're probably just going to involve, you know, bulldozing some more buildings, throwing some more people out. I'm not a very kind mayor. And I guess if I'm turning everything into plastic and I'm using it internally, like if I'm turning all the oil into plastic and all the plastic into CPUs, then I'm never going to get the next level of upgrade in the petroleum, which is fine. I don't really need it, because the next thing is just like what, the trade building, right? Which unlocks the extra trade port add-ons, which I don't need because I'm not exporting that directly. So I guess that's fine. Come on, electronics. Hear me, baby. Hold together. Again, I don't think this is going to reset to 0 at midnight. I think it's the last 24 hours sort of contiguously. So I could have, you know, started selling them at, I don't know, 3 p.m. and it probably would have been fine. A few processors sitting here waiting to be taken in. I could still build a standard port or dock or whatever it's called just to bring residences in, which would actually help my city grow faster, because the rate at which people move into your city is constant. It is affected by your tax rate and then whether there's enough room for them to move in, basically, right? So if assuming that your taxes aren't a problem, then if you want your city to grow faster, what you do is you provide more entries into your city by building the docks, by building the rail connections, not the airport. I don't think new residents coming through the airport, but everything else. I mean, I don't mind the pace at which my city is growing. As long as it continues to grow, that is all I care about. Oh, come on. There must be another batch of processors ready to go out somewhere. Grr. I hate the noise when you click on these things. I find it really annoying. Oh, I think I had a little amount there, but really, it's just we're waiting for more to get manufactured and then shipped out. Problem is there's sickness here, and sickness, well, sick people don't go to work, or they don't produce anything, but they still like kind of take up a slot, so they're a big problem. I have money. What the hell? Let's upgrade to a hospital. Really need more room. You know what we're gonna do is what are we gonna do? Because I was trying to avoid putting these on main avenues because they can get jammed, right? Yeah, I might have to do something like that, or I'm gonna lose some big buildings regardless. I think I might. Whew, what am I going to do? Well, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of this road here, which is going to suck, but these buildings will come back. Because this area should still be zoned residential. Let's go ahead and fill in the gaps in case they need it, and then we'll put down a nice big hospital right here. We'll give them a sign, of course. We're going to give them an ambulance. We're going to give them a wellness center. A little bit more waiting room space. I don't know if we need the emergency center. We're not getting deaths. But I like the wellness center. That's fine. What's the capacity of this? Oh yeah, it's going to be huge. All right, I think that's going to be a net improvement over the city. Plenty of sick Sims. Hopefully they can do something about it. I probably need more ambulances. Well, that's, I mean, the ambulance is mostly just for injuries, but what the hell, we'll stick a second one in there. Okay, this really not go yet? Oh, come on! One more frickin' batch and we're there. And if we don't do it soon, the time is going to be a problem here because our first few batches sold. Oh god. Seriously, don't do this to me. Do they not produce at night? I don't know if they have a night shift. If I have to do the whole storage thing all over again, well, it's actually fine. It's not like I didn't make money. I want to make the TVs because that's cool. And I need them for the arcology. We need like 60,000 televisions for the arcology. Dense Industries. That's just what it's called? Alright. They make dihydrogen monoxide. I hear that everyone who's ever ingested dihydrogen monoxide has died. Or will die. Dihydrogen monoxide is water, by the way. It's H2. Di is, 2, so 2 hydrogen. Mono is 1 oxygen. It's H2O. So basically this is like a water bottle, or a bottled water company. Bottled water? What did I say? I don't know. A water bottle company, right? Or bottled water company. Because this is what happens. When you buy bottled water in the store, it's basically tap water that they put in a plastic container for you. So that's what you're paying a premium for. In fact, as I recall, the health standards of bottled water tend to be lower than the standards of actual tap water. So, seriously. And all the plastic is just terrible for the environment. Bottled water is like literally one of the worst things that you can do. Unless you need it to go camping or something like that, it's just a terrible, terrible idea for the environment. And economically, it makes no sense. You're paying more for the water than you do for gasoline for your car. And people talk and complain about the gasoline prices all the time. So think about that. So I don't think we're going to do it this cycle. Well, maybe. Eesh. Well, it is using some up. And right now it's 5:45 in the morning, so clearly they are producing. They're just not producing as quickly as I want them to. I want cheetah speed back. That's what I want. I mean, it looks like cheetah speed is back because I've got it on the 3rd setting, but it's no faster than llama. And I know some people will say, oh, you can mod it and you can do this and you can do that, but that's not the way I want it. I want it back like for real. This is a beautiful apartment. Built on a spiral like that. Little balconies that kind of jut out. I mean, it's not necessarily space efficient, but it looks cool. And you know me, I'm all about the efficiency, right? And the spacing, and I want things packed in as tightly as possible. Okay, so the processors went out, but it didn't register as profit. Why? Because the boat hasn't delivered, or is some of my profit going away now? So I won't hit the goal. I'm going to be really disappointed because I'm going to have to rebuild all those trade factories. Well, I might actually just build them all here because they're actually really high capacity. Each square is 10,000. As opposed to 2, so all it would take is a couple of those, and that would probably be enough because, of course, some gets produced during the day, just as long as that storage is full. Should just have made use of this earlier. Although part of the problem is a lot of these are still locked up, right? They have to be unlocked by special buildings and garbage and blah. I don't think we're making it. And I have to go. Time's up for this video, unfortunately. We will pick it up next time. See ya, folks. Bye-bye. Actually, heads up, I might be switching back to Los Brussels for the next video because I really want to see how the traffic situation is going on there. And it is a nice, really high population city, so that'll be fun to see. All right, see ya.